Okay, so hi guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Orinka, and if it's your first time stopping by, you baby, I'm most definitely welcome. In today's video, we're just going to be talking about pretty privilege. This video was inspired by a video I saw on YouTube. I'm going to leave that video linked down in the description box as well as in the iCards so that you can definitely check it out. I'm also going to be making reference to the video every once in a while just because I just want to give credit to the person who made the video. Anyway, so yeah, this video was inspired by that, and in this video we're going to be talking about pretty privilege while I apply my makeup. So if that sounds like something that you'll be interested in, you definitely want to keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already subscribed, and hit that bell notification button so that you would be notified every single time I post a video. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Okay, so to begin, I'm going to start by moisturizing. I already moisturized my face, so what I'm actually going to start with is priming my face. And you guys know that I use the Rimmel London Stay Matte Mattifying Primer. That's what I'm going to be applying on my face today. So for foundation, I'm going to be using this one by BM Pro, and I'm just going to be mixing that with my Nuban Beauty In My Skin foundation. So now let's jump right into the video. The video that I saw, right, this babe was actually black woman, black American actually. She would have been about 35 years old, because I think she mentioned her age, that she was 35 years old. Little backstory on the woman: she has never been married and she doesn't have any children, and she has essentially struggled throughout her dating life. I don't want to call it a career, so I'm just going to say life, throughout her dating life. And she attributes the most of it to pretty privilege and the fact that she doesn't have the conventional pretty privilege, or she will not be classified as pretty to the society, at least pretty enough to benefit from pretty privilege. What is pretty privilege? I think that pretty privilege is essentially you just going through life a little bit easier than the average person because you are qualified as pretty, right? Or you just getting favors that the average person would not get simply because of your looks. Now, if you watch that video, you're going to see that for the most part, she just kept complaining, or I don't want to say complaining, she just kept talking about how she felt that she had been treated unfairly based off of the fact that she isn't classified as pretty by the society, at least pretty enough to get benefits and all of that from the society. So for concealer, I'm going to be using the Nuban Beauty In My Skin concealer, and I'm just going to use that to highlight my immediate under eye area. So essentially, she was talking about how she would, make extra efforts to look good, to walk into a room, and none of the guys would even notice that she was in the room. But the moment her prettier friend comes into the room, all eyes are suddenly on that friend and all of that. And this video made me feel some type of way because I can't relate to how she feels, if I'm honestly speaking. Do you understand what I mean? Mostly because I have been beneficiary. I have been a beneficiary of pretty privilege a good number of times, more times than I'd like to admit. And as a matter of fact, I actually bank on pretty privilege many times. Let me even just give you the most recent example. There was a time I wanted to make a photocopy of a document. I was in a hotel. Now, normally, they're going to charge for you to make that photocopy of the document, and I didn't have any cash on me, but I just knew that I was going to get it done if I smiled and I looked pretty. Do you know what I mean? So that's how I just went to the receptionist and asked her at the lobby. Again, it was a woman. So pretty privilege works on both males and females. But anyways, I asked her at the lobby if she could help me photocopy my documents, and all I had to do was literally smile and tell her how I didn't have money on me, so I couldn't pay, and she photocopied it for me. Do you know what I mean? That's the most recent example. But pretty privilege definitely does exist. And when she was talking about the fact that she hasn't been a beneficiary of pretty privilege, she even gave an example of her birthday. She went out on her birthday, and in her mind she was looking like a snack, looking her best, and then she walked into the room expecting, because it was a restaurant that she went to, expecting like eyes to be on her because she bought a nice dress, she did her makeup, did her hair, she was looking like snatched. And when she went into the room, nobody even noticed her existence. Like nobody even blinked, not to talk about like turning back. So she was initially thinking that maybe the guys that were there at that time were married, so they were trying to be faithful to their partner, blah blah blah, or maybe they were just too engrossed in the conversation that they were having that they didn't even notice her presence. But again, her friend walks in. About 5 minutes later, her friend is taller, slender, quote unquote prettier, and all of a sudden everyone is looking at that friend, and she started to feel bad, jealous somewhat, because she couldn't get that reaction for herself. I'm just going to be setting my face, and I'm using my Zickel Cosmetics face palette. I usually like to use that face palette to set my face. So guys, I just want to do my brows, and I'll be right back so we can continue the gist. According to the whole story and what I could gather for the most part, I think that apart from pretty privilege, most of the issues also piggyback on racism or colorism, and that is essentially what I wanted to talk about in this video. Because I've lived all my life in Nigeria, I can't speak for racism because we're all the same race. Excuse you, how can you be racist against something that you are? Do you understand? But I can definitely speak about colorism, and that is what I want to talk about in this video. Have you guys ever noticed that sometimes when you're like out in a bunch and you have a very light-skinned friend, even if the friend isn't that much prettier or anything, she's the one that will get the most attention? You're just guaranteed that when you go out in a gathering and you have that light-skinned friend, that there's going to be attention on that light-skinned friend. It's almost like a given. You don't really have to think about it because you just know that that is what it's going to be. And I personally feel like the way this lady in the video was feeling is the way a lot of Nigerian teenagers who are darker skinned feel, because many times the attention is given to the lighter skinned female, and then they feel like if they have to go through life feeling invisible. Do you understand? And it can take a toll on their mental health. I also feel like that is partly what is responsible for the very, very high bleaching rates in Nigeria, because you guys know that Nigerians can bleach for Africa. You guys, I got carried away and I did the most of my eye makeup off camera. Like, I didn't even know that the video wasn't recording anymore because I was just like yapping on and on, and to be honest, I'm not even sure I remember all the things I was saying. But the moral lesson of everything I was saying that got cut out is that pretty privilege definitely does exist. But if you feel at any point in time that you're not benefiting from pretty privilege, I think that what you could do to help you harness that pretty privilege a little more is just to get in tune with your femininity a little bit more. You guys know that I'm all for femininity and I advocate it a lot because I believe that being feminine is such a powerful tool. Like, you cannot understand the depth of how powerful femininity can be. I'm not really feeling my makeup today, but I don't know, I guess we move. Not every time sledge. Sometimes, I don't know, you don't feel the makeup, and right now is one of those times that I just am not feeling this makeup. But we move, we move, we move. I literally take a shower in this thing, I tell you. I literally take a shower in it. So guys, my makeup is done. I just had to finish up my makeup so I could sit down and just talk to you guys properly. But what you guys think? I'm just gonna grab my wig so that we can, finish up this gist while I do my hair. Okay, so wig has been worn and I'm going to take off my bendy rollers. Yeah, so just to finish up this video, I wanted to say that you don't have to feel like you need to alter your skin tone because you want to, be more attractive or anything. Trust me, you are enough. Like, I feel like just, altering your skin tone is like really, really drastic. You don't need to do that. Just little things here and there, like being a little bit more feminine. I have a whole video about femininity and how to be more feminine. I made that video sometime last year during the lockdown, so I'm going to link it up in the card so that if you want to check out how to be more feminine, you can definitely check out the video. But yeah, by simply being a little bit more feminine, you could definitely harness more of that, you know, pretty privilege that most women really want to enjoy. Guys, so that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you can relate to one or two things I said. If you have any contributions that you want to make to this video, please leave them down in the comment section. I'll definitely love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.